Welcome back, Officers of the Republic. It's your course on Underworld Police Chief AP Gaines here, and today we're going to talk about the top 5 Tuskens in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. We're going to break down all of their Zetas and their Zeta priority, and we're going to discuss maybe some things that CG can do to improve the Tuscan team in the future. As always, we're trying to get 2,000 subscribers by the end of January, so if that's something you feel like supporting, that support would be fantastically appreciated. If that's not something you're interested in, don't worry. If this is a video that you don't like and you don't like this content, leave a comment. If this is something you do like, let me know in the comment section as well. Let's jump into the video. Now you might be wondering why this is top 5 Tuskens in the game when you might say, well, AP, there's only 3. But yeah, there used to be 2 more, and sadly they're out of the game now because CG hates them. He slaughtered them like animals. Not just the men, the women and the children too. CG hates them.
And not just the men, but the women and the children too. I hate them!
Now with the 4th and 5th spots out of the way, that leaves number 3, good old-fashioned Tuscan Raider. Now you might be saying, why is Tuscan the most iconic of the Tuskens all the way down at 3 as opposed to maybe 2 or 1 spot? And that's simply because his abilities are not as incredibly powerful as the Shaman or because he has that middling level of viability in a 3-man for 3v3, I'd say he has to go in that 3rd spot. Now, we can all admit that he is by far the best looking of the group, but he simply just does not have that viability that Shaman and have. So that's why he's number 3. Now coming in at that 2nd spot is going to be Tuscan Shaman. Now the reason Tuscan Shaman is 2nd as opposed to 1st, I'll get into, it's because although he has more viability in a team than he lacks that solo potential, which is why I'm going to stick him at that number 2 spot. But with his Zeta, it's basically the Jolie Zeta. He has an ability to revive all fallen Tuscan allies, even if they were death marked. Now, this Zeta has been very controversial for a while, but I'm personally glad that they kept it in the game, allowing players to theory craft their ways around teams like Darth Revan. We all know Tuskens counters Darth Revan. Teams like that, around Nihilus even. You might be thinking Nihilus doesn't allow people to be revived, and it's not a death mark, but the Tuscan Shaman Zeta allows you to bring back people regardless. So I think that because of that ability, he's got to be 2nd, but because he lacks that solo potential, which I'll talk about in just a second, he can't pass in the rankings of top 5 Tuskens. Now at this point, you've probably guessed it, is clearly the number 1, and I think I had to put him in here. Same reason that Darth Vader has shot up in viability over the years. Malak has always been viable. Nest is viable. We saw on Mando the ability of Gaffy Sticks to solo potential large groups of units. He solos Imperial troopers. Also, he solos pretty much any team that revolves around big turn meter gain, because with his Zeta on his leadership, he prevents all turn meter gain on the other side of the field. It's more powerful in a team setting, of course, especially coupled with the cuteness of Tuscan Raider and the longevity of Tuscan Shaman. But simply that leadership ability applying to himself, going up against teams like Imperial troopers, maybe even like CLS, stuff like that. Just the solo viability of this character makes it one of the best characters in the game. And in terms of leadership Zetas, it's got to be up there with Padmes and stuff like that. So remember, we're trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of January. I love all you guys, and I'll see you later.